Mastering reported commands with embedded clauses. Hello, language learners. In today's session, we'll explore a very interesting aspect of English grammar: reporting commands with embedded clauses. Specifically, we'll dive deep into the usage of that in these clauses. This topic might sound intimidating, but don't worry. We're going to break it down and make it super simple to understand. To understand reported commands with embedded clauses, we first need to make sure we are clear on what reported commands are. Reported speech, as you might already know, is a way to tell what someone said, without quoting them directly. So, for example, instead of saying, "John said, close the door," we could say, "John told me to close the door." Here, "John told me to close the door" is the reported command. It's called a command because the original speech was a command or instruction. Now, let's move on to embedded clauses. An embedded clause is a clause that is part of a larger sentence, providing more information about something in that sentence. Let's look at a sentence with an embedded clause. Consider, "John said, close the door after you enter the room." In reported speech, this could be, "John told me to close the door after I entered the room." Here, "after I entered the room" is the embedded clause. It's providing more information about when I should close the door. Now that we understand reported commands and embedded clauses, let's talk about the role of that in these structures. Sometimes in reported commands with embedded clauses, we use that to introduce the command part. For example, imagine the direct speech is, "John said, I hope you remember to close the door." In reported speech, this would be, "John said that he hoped I would remember to close the door." Notice how that introduces the embedded clause. He hoped I would remember to close the door. Keep in mind that in these cases is optional and its usage varies based on personal preference and regional English differences. So, you might also hear, "John said he hoped I would remember to close the door." And there we have it. You've just leveled up your knowledge on reporting commands with embedded clauses. Remember, practice makes perfect. Try converting some direct commands into reported speech with embedded clauses in your daily conversations. Happy learning, and see you in our next video.